friends. I want to talk to you today about rules and consequences. You know, God gives us rules to live by, and it's not because He's mean, it's because He's looking out for us. Did you ever have rules in your household when you were growing up? In my house, we had to do chores on Saturday morning before we could watch TV or go out with our friends. And sometimes we didn't like that. Sometimes we didn't want to follow the rules. And you know what? We have the freedom to disobey. But that also means that we choose to suffer the consequences of our action. What if your mom wanted you to clean up your room and you didn't do it? And one day you felt like you needed to go to the bathroom, so you jumped off your bed and landed on a pile of Lego bricks. And then you tripped and fell because of all the stuff on your floor, and you skinned your knee on a toy. Now you're bleeding. You have a bruise on your heel, you're bleeding, and while you're down there on the floor, you see that piece of birthday cake that you stuck under there a couple of weeks ago, and now it's just stale and crumbly and covered with ants. That explains the red itchy bumps you have on your feet, right? Rules are made for a reason. Not just because mom wanted you to obey her, but because mom wanted you to not trip over things and skin your knee and have ants crawling in your carpet on the floor. You know, over there is my buddy Bandit. And when I take Bandit for a walk in the neighborhood, I keep him on a short leash. Not because he's my slave, but because I want to protect him. And I want to protect the kids in my neighborhood. And I want to protect the deer who might be roaming through the woods. Because Bandit loves to play and he loves to chase. And he doesn't pay attention to the cars coming down the street. And he doesn't pay attention to me saying, "Bandit, stop!" So to avoid all that, I don't want to suffer those consequences. So I just keep him on a short leash. You know, we have rules in our society to help us be better citizens, not to be oppressive, not because we're slaves, but because we need to sometimes be forced to consider other people. Why do you think there's stop signs at the corner? And what might happen if you don't stop at the stop sign? Sometimes the consequences of our action can affect innocent people who are obeying the law. We don't want that to happen. When God tells us in His Word that there are things we should and shouldn't do, it's not because He's being oppressive or abusive, but because He loves us. He wants the best for us, and He wants things to turn out good for us. So it really is a good idea to obey the rules, whether it's the rules of your household or the rules of your community or the rules that you can find in the Bible. God just wants the best for us. He wants us to be kind to each other and show love and respect for each other within the family, within our community, within our country, and with all of those we interact with. So all that can be boiled down to two things. Number one, love God. And number two, love each other. You follow those two simple things and you're smooth sailing. I hope you have a fantastic day. And Bandit says bye too.